let's talk about the moment a Scorpio goes hauntingly quiet on you. You no longer receive text messages from them, and they are no longer replying to your text messages. They just leave you unread. And then you desperately respond by looking at your phone like, oh my gosh, did I say something wrong? Did they just suddenly lose interest in me? Or are they plotting my emotional downfall? So if you're here listening to this video, I am willing to bet you've experienced silence from a Scorpio. Am I right? Well, just know you are not alone, because believe it or not, it's happened to me. And just know that you are definitely not crazy. I know Scorpio silence hurts because it feels very personal. And when other signs pull away, you can usually tell why they do it. But when a Scorpio goes quiet, it feels intense and very confusing, much like emotional whiplash. One minute, everything feels deep and there seems to be a real connection. And then the next minute, poof, they're gone. So let's talk about what's actually happening, not just emotionally, but astrologically too. Because to truly understand a Scorpio, we need to take a quick look at Scorpio's ruling planets and their influence. And we're going to deliberately sink into their deep, still waters and not only examine Scorpio's ruling planets, we're going to thoroughly investigate why Scorpio's behavior seems so fishy and hurtful. And then we will resurface to share what you should and shouldn't do when they suddenly vanish without an explanation. We are doing all of that right now. So get this, Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, the planet of death and transformation, and also deep emotional intensity. Pluto is not the planet of communication, and it's not the planet of reassurance. It's the planet of internal processing and emotional survival. That means when a Scorpio feels overwhelmed, triggered, or emotionally unsafe, they don't talk it out in real time. They retreat. They disappear to process everything privately. Scorpios don't take emotional bathroom breaks. They take emotional underground bunker retreats. They go quiet because they feel everything all at once, and they don't trust themselves to react calmly until they've sorted it out internally. Now, when a Scorpio goes silent, it's usually because the emotions are just too intense. They don't want to say anything, and they don't want to say anything they can't take back. They don't want to explode or emotionally overexpose themselves. They're trying to just regain control before responding back to you. And so you need to try to understand that Scorpio energy is all or nothing. There's no gray. There's no light emotional processing. They either say nothing or they say too much. So silence becomes the safest option for them in most cases. So here's the part most people totally misunderstand about Scorpio silence. It usually isn't about manipulation or control. It's about emotional containment. So they go quiet because they care, and caring makes them very vulnerable. Silence gives them time to protect themselves and decide how much of their truth they're willing to share. Scorpio is also a fixed water sign. And you know, water represents emotion, and fixed energy means those emotions move slowly and very deeply. And once a feeling is activated, it doesn't pass quickly. It sits, it intensifies, it demands to be processed fully. And that's why Scorpio needs space when emotions are very high. Now, let's talk about the part that hurts the most, being left unread. Now, when a Scorpio reads your message and doesn't respond, it's rarely because they don't care. It's usually because the message hits something emotional within them, and they're just deciding how vulnerable they want to be with you. They don't want to respond with something shallow. They don't want to respond impulsively either. They want the response to be honest, and honesty takes time for Scorpios. You see, a Scorpio will read your text and think, if I respond honestly, I'm exposing myself. And if I disappear, I'm protecting myself. And so most of the time they choose silence. And this is where people get hurt, because Scorpio silence feels like rejection to most other signs. especially fire and air signs who need reassurance and clarity and a lot of feedback. What feels like abandonment to you feels like self-protection to Scorpios. That being said, it's important to be honest here. Not all Scorpio silence is healthy. Healthy Scorpio silence comes with accountability. They'll come back and they'll explain themselves and they will re-engage emotionally. Toxic Scorpio silence avoids responsibility and they'll use distance as punishment. Silence can be processing, but it can also be avoidance. Here's a paradox that surprises most people about Scorpios. So if a Scorpio truly didn't care, they wouldn't go quiet. They would emotionally detach and just move on silently. Silence usually means their feelings are very heavy, not absent. Indifference is loud. Silence is weight. So if a Scorpio is quiet, trust me, they're still thinking about you. They're just doing it dramatically and internally. Now, if a Scorpio goes quiet, there are a few things that will absolutely push them away further. That is chasing them, pressuring them, demanding explanations, sending them long emotional messages, or just spiraling publicly. That will all make them retreat even deeper within themselves. Scorpios need to feel emotionally safe, not interrogated. So what actually works is just staying calm and remain in your grounded energy. And I'm going to share with you a very simple message that you can send them that won't push them away. I want you to simply say to them, I am here when you're ready. And that short, sweet, to the point message shows them you are emotionally mature. It shows emotional strength. And believe me, Scorpios respect that more than emotional panic. I know it's so easy to feel like they don't give a shit. And believe me, I always hear that from my mom or anyone who has continually violated my spirit in a very debilitating way. But understand, Scorpio silence doesn't automatically mean they don't care. It means they're processing everything that has been said and done to them that is suspicious to them. They're also protecting themselves. Or they are just deciding how much they're willing to emotionally invest. And I will add to this and say that personally speaking, I will oftentimes go quiet to recharge my emotional and spiritual batteries. If I'm feeling really intense emotions, I may need to withdraw to not only process and protect my emotional energies, but also recharge them. And sometimes I may need to recharge for a week, a month, or sometimes years. It depends really on the situation and person. So say you've been left unread by a Scorpio. Your feelings make total sense, and it's okay to feel what you feel, but just try to understand that you just encountered one of the deepest emotional signs in the entire zodiac. If this resonated with you, please comment down below. I read every single message, and tell me your Scorpio story. And if you want to know how to handle Scorpio silence without pushing them away, that video is coming next. So please remember to share my videos with other astrology enthusiasts, and I will see you all in my next video. Thank you all for watching.